at a gun range. As you can hear, there's plenty of shots going in the background. And we're just out here working on some of our shooting skills and, of course, safety during that whole time. Brian Bashore, professional outdoorsman out here in South Dakota, hunt and fish for a living and love it and do it every day. We have almost 4 or 5 million acres of public land here in South Dakota. You can see for miles on the prairie. So South Dakota is more than just great places and great faces. So what gets me up every morning going out knowing I'm going to see some beautiful landscapes that are full of wildlife, and our habitat is what's going to keep that wildlife there for years to come. It's hard to travel to and from anywhere around here without having to dodge a turkey or a deer or watching a rooster fly across the road. You know, habitat involves a lot more than just pheasants. That's what we think about in South Dakota when we're thinking about habitat as our COP programs, but it's also for the pollinators, the monarchs, and that helps all of our ag community out there. Any non-hunter that goes hiking on all of our public lands, that habitat keeps all that other wildlife coming in and gives you all those beautiful things to look at. Without habitat, you don't have a future of wildlife to be abundant. We want the second century to obviously be better hunting and fishing all around than our first century. Our second century habitat fund is there to provide a better place than what we had in the previous century so that the next generation has a place to go hunt. Please support the Second Century Initiative.
When I think of Buffalo Flats, I think of family and friends and just spending great time out here.
It's more than just a farm. It's a hunting lodge. It's a place to get together as family and friends, and we just love coming out here being part of nature.
Preservation is so important. I'm 75 years old. I grew up on a farm. I've been around habitat my entire life. And if you don't do something, you aren't going to have habitat. We have planted over 20,000 trees, and the habitat has gone just like that.
We've got some nice deer on the wall. I got some pretty good ones out here. My brothers would probably beg to differ, but we've sure enjoyed the chase.
I've got 3 kids under the age of 5, and we want to pass it on to future generations.
Those of you who see this may be inspired to do something for South Dakota and for yourself and help Second Century do what we do to take care of our natural resources. We've got one shot at this, one swing of the bat to make this a better place than when we got here. Well, the hard work is worth it because my grandchildren just love this place and they let me know it all the time. I mean, how can you beat that? It's wonderful.
My name is Scott Stahl. I'm from Bridgewater, South Dakota, here in western McCook County. I farm with my wife, Amanda. We have 5 children, and I'm happy to explain to you why habitat's important to our family farm. Habitat allows me to have an environment for my crops and my livestock to grow, but also the wildlife in my region can also thrive. If I can take care of my habitat, it's going to leave the land better for my kids than my dad left it for me. The farm is such a special place. I'm able to work outside in nature, helping God's creation grow. It's a pretty humbling feeling to see that newborn calf take its first step, to see those rows of corn you planted pop up in a nice green line. And it's also very important to me that my kids see and know what I do.
We don't want to see things go backwards. We want to make sure we're leaving it better for the next generation.
Well, this soil has never been turned, and it's important that it stays that way because not only is it good for our farm, but it's also good for the habitat. Instead of farming every acre, every row we could have, we left a little for the deer and the pheasants, and we're proud of that.
What's important for me is my farm and my family. And seeing that sunset is pretty powerful to know that I've been taken care of and I made it through another day.